interview situations and how to handle them. Episode 1. I have decided to make an entire 4-part series dedicated extensively to the interview preparation process, where I talk about not just how you should prepare for an interview, but how you can maneuver through tricky situations in the tough job hunting phase. When you are prepared for these situations well in advance, you will know how to respond to these questions in a diplomatic way and how you can turn things to your advantage. Today is the episode 1 of the interview series with Nandu ki paathshaala, and we are going to address the following topic. Situation 1. When the HR doesn't give me a proper answer and makes me wait indefinitely, what should I do? You have applied for the job, given the interview, but the HR doesn't seem to respond. You are afraid of sounding desperate while trying to follow up, or you have already followed up and you haven't got a concrete response. Well, don't worry, because I have a solution for you. I have been through all these embarrassing situations myself, so through my experience I can help you out. When an HR person does not give you a concrete answer of whether you've got the job or not, that means that they are not sure about your candidature and they weren't fully convinced during your interview if they should hire you or not. Maybe they weren't fully convinced that you were right for the job. But don't get upset and don't get offended, because this is their process, where they're already negotiating with someone with similar qualifications as you, but willing to negotiate the salary much more than you do. So they're getting the same talent for a lesser amount of salary. So their cost to company, that is CTC, is less. Let me explain. So when they are interviewing other candidates, they are actually keeping their options open. I have made this mistake in my past where I've got severely offended when the HR people haven't properly responded to me. You have to understand that their only goal is to hire a person who's best suited for the job within the pre-decided budget, either given by their boss or their manager, or decided within the HR department or by the company. So for example, if you are an MBA from a 2-tier university who's quoting around 10 lakhs per annum, and there's also another MBA candidate who's from another 2-tier or 3-tier university who's quoting a lesser salary than this first person, who's just as talented. So for example, there's candidate A. This person is an MBA from a 2-tier university quoting around 10 lakhs per annum. Then there is a candidate B, who's also an MBA from either a 2-tier or a 3-tier university, who's quoting a salary requirement lesser than candidate A, but is just equally qualified and right for the job as candidate A. So most likely, so the chances of candidate B getting the job offer is much higher in this case, because of a simple reason that their cost to company will be lesser. So they'll obviously take some time to decide, and you have to give them that time. Meanwhile, you don't waste your time, you look for other jobs parallelly. I made that mistake where I went for a job interview and I waited for like 1.5 months to hear back from the company. To my luck, I got that job. But imagine if I wouldn't have got that job, I would have just wasted that 1.5 months waiting for a reply from this one HR who may or may not call back. And I would have lost out on other vacancies or other job opportunities that were available during this span of time. I know that feeling when you're desperately looking for a job, you're trying so hard, you're aggressively applying to multiple companies, but you haven't found anything yet. I am telling you through my own personal experience, don't get overwhelmed by emotions, because this is a testing time. You just have to find that one right job that fits all your requirements. And at that time, not getting a hear back from this particular company or this whole struggle that you're going through will not matter once you find that job. You won't even think of this difficult time. With every job that you apply to, you're actually increasing your chances of landing that perfect job. So just keep applying, blindly keep applying. Meanwhile, if you get a call from this company, great. Otherwise, just move on. By applying to multiple companies, you're only increasing your chances of getting employment through one of them at least. Just like they have the right to interview as many candidates for the job, you also have the right to apply to as many companies and give as many interviews as you want to. You have that option, use it. Apply to n number of companies. Some door will definitely open for you. See, HR people can be a little ruthless because that's sort of what their job entails. All they care about is their end goal of closing that position somehow and getting that department manager off their back. But that's their job. You do yours. That is applying to maximum number of companies. You know what I did? I prepared an Excel sheet of all the jobs that I applied to, and it was like a tracker for me to keep a watch on wherever I've applied to, so that I don't lose track of the companies that I've applied to and what is the status. This is like a more organized way of keeping track of all the jobs that you've applied to. You will definitely find a job. Why won't you? You are trying so hard. You are sincerely looking for videos on YouTube. That's how you landed on my video. Something has brought you here. Maybe this is the universe's way of telling you, don't give up. Your destination is just a little further away. Walk a bit more and you will reach there. If you want to vent out about how frustrating this situation is, or if there's any particular question that you want me to answer, use the comment box below and I will definitely help you out. I'm planning to make an entire interview series. If you want to know how you can attract your dream job using the law of attraction, I will link it in the I button and in the description box below. Meanwhile, here's my interview playlist. Watch all of these videos so you can be very well prepared for your interview. Subscribe to Nandu ki Paathshaala and see you in the next video. Bye.